Hey, nonprofit visionaries. Ooh. Trying not to get people in here. They didn't have approved this. Hey, y'all. So look at this. Got bubbles and stuff. Got filters on YouTube. Okay. How y'all doing? I told you I would come over here. Okay. Okay. This needs it. Okay. We need to take this off now. Okay. There we go. Just checking in with y'all. What's going on today? I have an idea of what I want to share with you all. I was just over on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Nonprofit Visionary Academy. If you're not a part of it, you should scoot over there and join, okay? Because we share a lot of resources and information in the group there, and it's about 300 other nonprofit visionaries that chime in to help and support each other. So make sure that you go over there for that. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to do something a little different and get out of the house and be over here, outside of Starbucks, Starbucks. I don't even have my Starbucks, but it's gonna be all good. Anyway, what y'all thinking about today? What's going on? What's on your nonprofit minds? What issue are you working with your nonprofit, and you just want some feedback on? It could be anything around strategic planning, anything about how you're raising money, how do you get board members, should you even be doing this? Oh, we got playing right there. Sorry about that, y'all. What's on your mind? What do you want to know about it? Free information. Come on. I was just thinking, and I shared in the other group, was I've had a couple of people this week talk about for profits and them wanting to how do I know which one do I start? Because a lot of us, we're multifaceted. It's not just all about nonprofit, and you're hearing that from the nonprofitista, so it's all good. What I want to tell you is that the structure and the planning for both are very similar, very similar. Outside of the legal, the very real legal differences, that those are some very vast differences in how the organizations are structured and legally what you're responsible for, what you have to do. And, so let's be clear about that. The legal part, it differs between the two. But when you're talking about planning and launching and raising funds, and the language may be different. And what we call raising funds for nonprofit may be called getting investors for profit, or what you might call employee or customers in your for profit would be considered clients. In a nonprofit, we're talking about the same people. We're talking about the same processes. So I want you to understand that you should be running your nonprofit like a business if you want to be sustainable, if you want to be successful, because there are processes and operations and things like that that you should be doing the same as a for profit owner does with their business if you want to, make sure that things are organized, you're not losing your mind. So know that the processes and the information that I share with you regarding nonprofit is designed to help you navigate and prioritize what that planning should be and how to build a successful organization, whether it's for profit or nonprofit. So just to be clear about that, if you're the type of person who you're building a for-profit brand, or you have products and services, or you've got a storefront, or you got a restaurant, or something like that, and or you're thinking about doing that and building a personal brand, my advice to you is to do that. Focus on building your for-profit endeavor first. And hear me out. This is why I say this, because building your for-profit endeavor, we have to understand that it's important. Wealth generation on an individual level is important. Whatever the myth, there's this myth out here that if you make money, you're mean, you're evil, there's something wrong with you. You can't have a heart and also not be broke. And I want to tell y'all, hashtag nonprofit, no filter. That's not true. Okay, you don't, I've had people say, oh, because I have a for-profit and a nonprofit. People say, oh, you're for-profit. Oh, you're doing some good work, and some social good, even though you're making money, or even though it's a for profit. What do you mean, even though it's a for? What is making money and positioning yourself to be able to give have to do with, why is that negative? Why is that negative? And that's where we come up with, as nonprofit visionaries, sometimes with, and founders in particular too, we found these organizations, and we typically do it. We don't have no money. We don't have a whole lot of money. I mean, we might have some money to do what we need to do for our family, to keep things going. But we're not rich. We're not out here rolling in. We're not out here, rubbing elbows with Beyonce up inside their secret, networking events. We're not doing that. Um, but I'm here to tell you that if you structure, if you are that person that's like, okay, I have this business, or you're interested in building a business, and you're trying to figure out, but I want to do both. You can do both, but prioritize your business, because that way you're building the same structure and the same things that you're doing and building your business and getting your clients and putting your brand out there. Is the same process that you're going to go through with your nonprofit. And what will be helpful is the fact that you'll have some funds, right? Because we're out here scrounging. People out here, you got to diversify your funds and position yourself the best way you can in order to make, to make funds, or have some funds coming in. And so if you have your business, then okay, maybe you can say, once it's profitable, that maybe a 10% of your proceeds go to your nonprofit. When you set up your foundation or your nonprofit organization, similar to how Tiffany Haddish just did. I don't know if y'all know, but now she has a foundation called the She Ready Foundation, sheready.org, helping young people in foster care who are experiencing what she experienced when she was in the foster care system. So did she start that out uh, initially when she was, trying to get gigs as a comedian? No. Why? Because nobody knew her. Like, she didn't have a network necessarily like that, and she was focusing on her craft and getting good at her craft so she could build her brand. And that's what she did. And she got to a point where she's in rooms with Kevin Hart. She's in rooms with all these legends and everything. And now that she's making some money, and her financial situation and security is good, now she can say, you know what? I have another way I want to give back. And by doing that, people already know who she is. She's already in these rooms. And by virtue of her just mentioning her foundation, guess what? She's getting funding. It's not going to be hard for her to find board members. It's not going to be hard for her to get people to help her with events. It's not going to be hard for her to grow her organization, because she built her brand first. So if you're in a position like that and you're able to do that, right, because not everybody's interested in the for profit. You don't have to be interested in that. You Not everybody make body butters and cakes, and that may not be your thing. Your thing may be, okay, I'm working in corporate America and I'm good with that, but I also want to give back in a different way, and I want to I want to start a nonprofit to do that. Okay, then let's keep on doing that, and I can help you regardless of whether you want to start a for-profit or nonprofit. I can still coach you, even though I call it the nonprofitista. I can still coach you on how to do strategic planning, as they call it. It's so boring. That word is strategic planning. I like to call it future picture planning or something like that. Something cool, whatever. But it's a plan, business plan. Okay. I can help you through both pieces of that. Like, what do you need to think through to, okay, what is your brand? Down to the colors of your logo and the colors of your website. And, colors represent how people correspond with emotions and correlate with emotions and feelings. Down to that, to, okay, what putting your website in place. Okay, what do you want to offer? What should you offer first? How should you go about it? When we talk about for profits, when we talk about money, it's different. It's a little different. Now, there are grants out there for businesses, for small businesses and minority owned businesses, women owned businesses. There are grants out there for businesses. So don't get it twisted and think that, oh, only it's so easy to get nonprofit money. No, the ability to get nonprofit and for profit funding is similar, right? Where the process is similar. There's different resources for each, but neither one of them is easy. Okay. Both of them include networking, tapping into your networks and networks of other folks to get resources. But it's not easier to get money for nonprofits than it is to get money for profits. So if you're trying to base your decision on what's easier to get money for, then that's the wrong thing to be basing your decision off of. If you have a valid for-profit idea, and a part of that is building, you have to build your own brand first. That's a part of that. Pursue that. Do that. Build your business. And then once you get to a point where you can breathe and you have things operating and going for your for profit, then you can say, all right, well, I want to start a nonprofit arm to it. Just like these corporations, every major corporation has a foundation or has either corporate giving or they're involved in the community at some level. Like Coca-Cola, got Coca-Cola Foundation. Pepsi has the Pepsi Foundation. Walmart has the Walmart Foundation. You get what I'm saying? They didn't start they didn't start their foundation first. Why? Because they had no money to do that, right? They had services or they had products that they could sell to become profitable, to sustain themselves. And then they were like, okay, here's a way that we can now focus on giving back to the community, a way that we, in a way that we have funds or revenue that we can support our own foundation and that will give other people confidence in supporting their foundations too, because they still grant, right? Like the Walmart Foundation and stuff like that, or they still get grants outside of the funds coming in from the for profit. They still have to do that, but it's a way to do it, it's a process to do it, and they started their for profit first and now they have their foundation. So there's something to learn from these companies. And sometimes when we're trying to go out here and start organizations and start businesses, and we're operating from our level of understanding. And in order to get to that level of understanding where these companies are, where these other larger organizations are, you have to really step outside of yourself and look at what's really going on. How are they going about doing it? I have that's the last thing I'll leave you with, unless you have some questions for me. But I have a mentor, and he's a millionaire, and that's another thing. If you want to get somewhere in life, y'all know I like to mix in the personal thing, because nonprofit is very personal. For anything that you start, whether it's a for profit or nonprofit, it's personal. You are showing up in every single thing that you do. So I might start talking about life and how that all comes relevant to the topic, but it's important. It all matters. If you want to get somewhere in life, you take advice from somebody who's already there or who's closer to getting there than you are. You don't take advice from people who aren't doing anything, who don't know anything, who are going to discourage you or give you half the information because they don't have the information, right? So I have a mentor, and he's a millionaire, okay? And I go to him and I ask him, I have ideas about nonprofit stuff, and I want to start this organization. I want to do this. I want to do that. And he said, Shalita, he said, you know what? That's great that you want to do that. He said, but I'm gonna tell you like I tell my daughter. You have all these great ideas, and that's wonderful. But how are you taking care of yourself and your family? If you are struggling to make bills and to take care of what you need to take care of at home for yourself personally, if you don't have financial freedom, you're going to give it to somebody else. How are you then going to pour from an empty cup? And you want to do nonprofit. He said, but you need to get into certain rooms that pursuing a nonprofit, sometimes you gotta work extra hard to get into those rooms. He said you need to the skills and expertise that you have, monetize those things, build your business, make some profit, because it gives you access to a different level of people and a different network of people who give just because it's cool. Right now we sit here begging our family members and stuff, trying to get $10, $15 so we can put on a back to school event. All right. But you build your own personal brand and your own LLC or your own organization, your for profit, and you get access to these different types of people who have different types of resources, right? So then they're going to support you. They support anything you do. You put your effort into building your brand, your business brand, and you say, okay, you say like Coca-Cola did. Okay, I want to start a foundation now. Oh, really? You already have all these people. These people already know you. You already have a name for yourself. You're already connected. You already, and people are going to follow you and flock to your nonprofit. You want to set yourself up for success. Now, again, this may not be for you. This may not be for you. You may not be thinking about no for profit stuff. You just want to do your nonprofit. That's fine. But I'm all for creating generational wealth instead of generational debt. So if you have a personal brand, build it. Be smart about it. Get advice from people who are further along than you. I can also help and coach you through building a brand for your business, because, like I said, the process for a for-profit and a nonprofit are the same. We just may call it something different. So if you're thinking about, okay, I think I want to go the for-profit route, Shalita. All right, we can book some time. I can help you one-on-one to help you prioritize. What does that really look like? People like to talk about business plans. I want to write somebody to write a business plan for me. That's the cop out. That's not, you shouldn't just pay somebody to write a business plan for you. You need to be a part of the process, right? Any of maybe some key stakeholders, maybe if you have business partners, they need to be a part of that process. That paper, that plan, that document is the outcome of planning sessions. It's not just somebody sitting down and you giving them information and writing something that sounds good. You need to be a part of it. It needs to make sense, and it's a process that is done in person. Okay. So I was just like, so I'm telling you, hashtag nonprofit no filter. I'm telling you the truth. You go out here trying to get somebody, pay somebody 1,500, 5,000, whatever, to put a business plan together for you when you should be looking for a consultant that can help you walk you through a strategic plan so that you can think through. It might be some things you can do your research and go on Google and get some stuff and get a business template and all that and try to figure out what you need to put into it. But when you include other people in the process and you're able to bounce ideas off of them through a planning process, then you get to see there's some other things that you didn't think about that could make your business successful. Okay, so I'm here for you though. I got you. So if you need help with either of those, if you need help with the business piece, if you need help with the nonprofit piece, I'm your girl. But I'm here to tell you, all right, if you have that for profit, that little, seeding up, focus on that. Focus on that for profit. Build you some generational wealth. Get you access into some of these rooms that the nonprofit is not going to get you access to. Do that first. Now, if you have a business in a for profit and around the same size, you already done started your nonprofit and your for profit, don't abandon one for the other. I'm not saying that. There's a way you just have to structure your plan, in a way that incorporates how are both going to succeed. And I can help you with that too. There should be two separate entities. I don't know if I said that already because I was discussing this in a Facebook group, but there should be two separate entities. So don't think we're talking about a nonprofit and for-profit operating under the same umbrella. That's not how it works. Legally, that's not how it works. Two separate entities, and you have a separate board for your nonprofit organization, even though, you might do some work together, you have to have an agreement in place. What does that look like? An MOU, okay? So that if anybody from the outside looking in has something to say about, oh, well, her for profit, it looks like she laundering money. Oh, her for profit, her non-profit. You have a piece of paper, you have a documentation agreement between both entities that have outlined what the relation looks like, right? The relationship looks like. I have both for profit and nonprofit. So I'm telling y'all from experience, you don't want to, have people, because people already looking for something to be upset about, especially if they not following their dreams and they're not doing what they say they want to do in life and they see you doing it. They're gonna be like, oh, it looks like she's using her money or he's using his money for. Okay, we don't want all of that. But there's a way that you both of them can interact so that it benefits both entities, and it's about you bringing to life a vision that you have, something that you want to give to this world, and that is not currently happening or not currently the way that you want to see it happen. And you can accomplish that of what you want to give to this world. And there's a way to do it so that you're successful and that you avoid a lot of unnecessary heartache and confusion and frustration, and I'm here to help you through that. Okay, so that's my little message to y'all today. Don't be afraid to build your for-profit first. Don't be afraid to do that, and don't listen to people that try to make you feel bad for building a nonprofit, because ain't nobody got time for generational debt. It ends with you, and you may not be in debt, but it ends with me. Right? Because the only thing that's been passed down to me has been generational debt, and I'm tired of it. I'm going to do something different so that my son and his family and so forth, on and so forth, can start out with a leg up, in life, as opposed to 10 layers under the ground, trying to dig their way out of some financial mess. We're gonna stop that. Okay. So if you got the skills, you got the talents, you have the interest, build your brand, build your business, do it right, and the nonprofit piece will come very easy. Okay. Any thoughts? Any questions? And I don't know where to look sometimes. Look over here, look over there, gotta look in the camera. It's kind of odd. Y'all got me for like another couple minutes now. What you got? What you think about? I hope it was helpful. Okay. And if it has been helpful, like, share, subscribe, please. I was looking at my what they call the analytics for the different videos and stuff, as I'm learning this YouTube game and trying to, spread the information to the masses. And I see that the majority of the people that have watched my videos have not subscribed. So do me a favor and just subscribe. If take a look through some of the videos, and if you feel like, what, thanks, Renee. I'm glad it was helpful. I'm gonna keep it real, because we all out here trying to win. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, come on now. Come on now, Renee. Help a sister out. Like, subscribe, and share. Because, I'm trying to get a feel for my family over here on YouTube and see what I need to do for you all. So if I don't hear from you, then I don't really know what to do. Okay, so if you have any questions or thoughts, put them in the comments below. I've been good about getting back and answering the comments too. Okay, are you already? Thank you, Renee. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm trying out here in these streets. Okay, I'm trying. All right. And if y'all have ideas for the next conversation or the next live video, just put them in the comments, because I'm always, I want to make sure I'm giving you information that's relevant, right? But there's also some information you don't really know you need to know. And so I'll always come prepared for a little message for you. All right. So I guess if I don't see nobody else say anything, I will see y'all next Thursday. If you need me in the meantime, go to ShalitaO'Neal.com. And if you need, one-on-one coaching, or if you just need access to templates, or you just want to, have an initial call just to kind of get some thoughts on how you can, how you can move forward, then make sure, reach out to me. Don't be afraid. Okay. I'm here. All right. Until next time.